Hi everybody, my name is Mallory Murray. I'm the owner of Hoofbeats and Harmony, which is a horsemanship program based in Oxford, North Carolina. And I just got this new guy in for training yesterday. And we had a little session last night just to kind of get to know each other, and I noticed that he's pretty leery of me. He doesn't really want to connect with me. And so I thought I'd make this video to share with you how I've been working on that and helping him trust me a little bit more so that we can really get started with his training. So you see he's already looking at me. And this is his space here in the pen. And so I don't want to intrude on his space. I want him to connect with me and invite me in. So you see how he's keeping an eye on me, but he's going back to munching his hay. And so anytime he looks at me, I'm going to stop. Because I want to reward him for that moment of connection, even if it's a small moment. So even if it's just touching the latch, if it gets a little bit of connection, then I'm going to stop. If he's more interested in the hay than me, then I'm going to proceed. And I'm not just going to go up there and catch him, because I don't want him to feel like he has to work with me. The connection at this stage where we're getting to know each other is really, really important. And I have to offer him that connection if I want him to offer me that connection. So he's choosing to ignore me again. So I'm going to keep moving until I get his connection. Then I'll back off a little bit. But I want to build that curiosity so that instead of me walking up and him going, uh-oh, here she comes, we're going to have to go work, he goes, oh boy, like it's you. I want to connect with you. I want to come over and see you. Good boy. Walk a little closer. Good. Until I get that connection. And it happens right here at the gate. Our training session happens as soon as he can see me. Here we go. You see he's a little bit curious. Good boy, that's very different than yesterday. Yesterday, he didn't want to have anything to do with me. I walked over and he walked into the corner over there and wanted nothing to do with me. Whereas here, he's offering a little bit of connection. It's the little things like this that matter the most to horses. If you rush them through the little things, then they learn to fear you and not trust your training. Okay, but before I can teach him anything, we have to have connection. He's not going to be able to learn from me if he's afraid of me. Here he's more connected to my dog, so I'm just going to slip in here. And I'm not going to go over to him. I'm going to walk over here and see if I can spike his curiosity and get him to follow me. Good. So I'm going to see if I can get his attention again. Good. And he's a pretty sensitive guy, and so it's easy to get his attention. If it was a little harder to get his attention, if he was more persistent in being interested in that hay, I would have brought a little plastic bag or something with me just to wiggle it a little bit and get his attention. But he's a pretty sensitive guy, and so me moving a little bit is enough to get his attention back on me. But I want to stir up his curiosity, because I probably could just go over and halter him, but that's not the connection I want. I want him curious and him to want to come connect with me. It's his choice whether he wants to connect with me or not. I'm offering him a choice, and then I'm waiting to see what he does. There's no wrong answer. If he goes back to his hay, that's all right. I'm just going to walk over this direction toward his hindquarters and see if I can get his attention a little bit. There we go. Good boy. And then I back off a little. If he takes his attention off of me, I'm going to approach him a little bit. Just make some commotion. There we go. And then back off. And I'm not putting pressure on him when I make commotion. I'm just doing something to kind of get his attention. It's his attention that I want, I don't necessarily want him to move his feet. I just want to get his attention off of the hay and onto me. Good boy. So he's going, what's this girl doing in my pit? But curiosity comes before connection. He's thinking about it there. And so he has a choice. He can go back to the hay, or he can connect with me. We'll see what he chooses. He chooses the hay. So I'm going to make a little bit of commotion until he looks at me. Good. And then I'll back off. Now he's thinking again. He chooses the hay. I'm just going to make a little bit of commotion. He moves his feet. That's all right. Just going to kind of walk away from him. Walk toward his hindquarters. There. Until he looks at me. He looks away. Again, I always walk towards his hindquarters to draw his nose to me. I'm not forcing myself on him. I'm just asking him. Pay attention. Give me a little bit of a focus. Hey. You see how he's starting to get curious? He's giving me both ears, both eyes. Good boy. But I want to be more interesting than his hay net. He looks away from me. I'm just going to walk toward the hindquarters until he looks at me again, then I'll back off. So I'm not really asking him to do anything other than pay attention. To give me his focus. If his focus goes away from me, just walk toward his hindquarters. As soon as he looks at me, I'll back off. We just play this little mind game here for a minute. It's okay if he goes back to his hay. I just keep walking toward his hindquarters. Good. Until he gives me a little focus. And see now, he's not quite looking at me yet. So I'm just going to keep walking toward his hindquarters, even if it's just in this little circle. At the moment of connection, I'll back off. It's not about getting him to move his feet. It's just about getting him to look at me and pay attention to me. Good. You took a big breath there. Lots of licking and chewing. Because I'm sure he has a reason why he doesn't want to connect with me. I don't know what his reason is. But he has a reason. And so I want him to be able to work through those emotions himself and choose to come with me, not just me go up and grab him. Because if I just go up and grab him, all I'm doing is proving that he's right. That I'm not someone that he would want to connect with. I'm someone that's just going to go up and grab him and make him do what I want. And that's not the kind of relationship I want to establish with him. Especially in these first few days. As long as he's looking at me, I just stand and wait. Good boy. His focus goes on to something else. There we go. I'm going to get it back. Good. Good boy. That's what I want. He steps towards me. He's starting to be drawn to me instead of feeling like he needs to go away from me. Boy. Stop, buddy. Good. Let him make the first contact. And then leave him wanting more. I want him to want to make contact with me. He's going back to the hay. I'm going to go back to his hindquarters. So I get his attention. Again, there's no wrong answers. He's not wrong for wanting his hay. Yeah. I'm not trying to separate him from his hay. I'm just adding a little commotion until I gain his attention. It's not about putting pressure on him until he moves. He did move, but that's not my goal necessarily. But a lot of times will happen that they'll move. But my goal isn't to move his feet until he feels like he has to connect with me. My goal is just to get his attention, and so I'm just kind of making commotion here until he looks at me, and then I stop. And reward that thought. And his mind comes to me. It's all a mind game. Because if I were to chase him around, it might be a little faster. Here in these first few sessions, I might be able to catch him faster. But that's not the kind of relationship that I want with him. I don't want him to feel like he has to connect with me and he's choosing me because I'm the better option, because the other option means running around in circles. I want him to choose to be with me because he's curious and wants to come meet me. Anytime his attention goes away from me, I'm just going to get it back. And then it's just a waiting game, waiting for his brain to decide to come on over here. Good boy. There we go. When the brain comes, you'll follow. Boy. See, he's curious. He's like, what are you about? Well, for just a second there. It didn't take much to get it back. I just have to shift my weight and bring his attention back to me. And now he's curious. Well, that's alright. And he chose to go around into the hay. And that's fine. I'm just going to make some commotion here. Good. How to get connection back. Oh boy, it's a process. It doesn't happen right away. There. Good. You'll notice he tends to do the exact same thing in a pattern. Horses are very much pattern animals. They find safety in patterns. So he's going, well, this is the spot that I connect with you with. That's the spot I disconnect. And that's fine. I'll just work with those patterns. Hi, bud. Again, he makes contact. I'm not trying to pet him. I'm letting him sniff me. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, some flies, huh, bud? Here we go. He's getting a little more confident touching my hand. So I can try in there. And see, I reached out and was like, hey, can I pet you? And he was like, I don't know about that. That's okay. I'm going to respect that. If he doesn't want me to pet him, I'm not gonna. Bud? Your face? He's like, no, not yet. What I'll do is I'll walk a little bit to his shoulder. And I'll see if he's okay with me petting his shoulder. Not quite yet. Connection back. Oh, boy. Good boy. Just kind of playing with those thresholds where he's comfortable. His attention. Good. And again, with the pattern. This is where he connects the best. He looks away. There we go. Get his attention back. It'll start happening faster and faster. Good boy. You've got to give it the time that it takes. You can't rush this process. Good boy. Get him to try. There we go. Good. Can you look at me and come? Good boy. With even more curiosity. Can you take a step? Buddy, you can do it. Do it. Good boy. You can see him lick his lips. He's working through a lot of emotions right now. Lose his focus. He will go back. Good job. Good. There's some curiosity. Get his attention back. There we go. Good boy. I want both eyes. I'm just going to get a little more particular because he has connected. So I don't want one ear on the mare and one ear on me. I want both ears on me. So I'm going to move every time he looks away from me. Good boy. Every time I lose one of his ears, then I do something about it. Both ears. Good. There we go. See if he'll connect. There. Good. Let's see if he'll be okay with me petting his withers. There. And then if he's okay with me touching him, I'm going to see if I can find an itchy spot. Maybe under his neck. They're shedding right now, so it's a good time to find itchy spots. And just see where does he like to be touched. See if he'll show me. Before I can teach him things, I have to build some rapport with him. I want him to trust me and to like me, such that I can teach him other things. See if he'll let me rub his ears. Oh yeah, that's his forehead. That's where he liked it yesterday. It was right under his forelock. There we go. Let's see how he's really enjoying that. And I'm going to walk away and see if he wants some more. So he's going, that's pretty good. Still a little emotional for him. There we go. Now he wants to come in for some more. And see how that time he didn't flinch when I went to pet his forehead? That's what I want. I'm going to stop again. He says, don't stop. Oops, sorry, but that's what I want. I want him seeking my touch. He says, don't stop. And he's turning his head. I don't think he's trying to get away. I think he wants me to pet him more on the side. And that's fine. He can show me where he itches. Show me where you itch, buddy. Sometimes underneath. Good job, buddy. Good job. I'm going to walk over here and see if he'll follow me. Good boy. Good boy, come get my scratches. There, and see that time he chose me instead of his hay. Good boy. Now work my way over to this side. He knows that the halter gets put on from the left side. I'm not going to put the halter on him yet. I'm just going to give him scratches on this side. It's all dirty. So I haven't taken him out to groom because we've been respecting that he doesn't really want to be haltered yet. And so he's probably extra itchy. Good boy. I'm going to walk away again, see if he'll follow. There we go. Good boy. Good job, bud. But this is how you create that horse that will beat you at the gate. Good. See how he didn't try to go to the hay that time? Good boy. Good. Where they seek connection with you. That's what I want to see. I'm going to work my way back over to this side again. I'm going to put my lead rope over his neck and rub him with the lead rope. So I don't want him to associate my tools with, now I got you, now we can go do the real training. This is the real training. This is more important than any other kind of training that I could do in the round pen or riding. This is what really helps horses. If he needs to leave, that's okay. I know I can get I know I can get the connection back. Good boy. That mare doesn't want to connect with you. He's not too thrilled about you. Good. Good boy. Notice I have more of his focus in the hay. I'm going to ask him for a little more than that, though, because I know he's been more connected here in just a second ago. So I have a little higher expectations for him there. There we go. Good boy. Oh. Gonna work my way to this left side. I get worried about my tools. I'm gonna go ahead and halter him. Asking him to bend around. And put his nose in the halter. There we go. And go back to rubbing him. Good boy. But I don't want him to associate being haltered and taken out. He's like, oh great, now you got me. Good boy. I want him to associate it with being a nice, positive, good thing. Alright, and that's going to be it for our training session today. I'm going to take him out and I'm going to groom him, which I think he'll really enjoy because he's kind of itchy. Again, they're shedding. He got pretty dirty last night, it looks like. And then I'm just going to bring him back. But getting connection has to be number one. If we don't have connection, I can't teach him anything. And so whenever a horse comes in for training, I like to spend the first few days building that connection. And once we've established that, teaching them other things is usually pretty easy. Well, thank you for watching. For more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You also can find Hoofbeats in Harmony on Facebook and Instagram.